Ugh, it's even worse than I remember. It really leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Star Wars is one of the most influential film series in cinematic history and featured both its ups and its downs. In this video, I'll be giving my opinions on where to rank the 9 theatrical Star Wars films. Starting off the list, we have at number 9, the worst Star Wars film, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the beginning of the prequel trilogy.
Are you an angel? What? An angel. I've heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe. They live on the moons of Iago, I think. You're a funny little boy. How do you know so much?
Oof, that was some pretty bad chemistry right there. One of the multiple reasons why The Phantom Menace is the worst Star Wars film. Coming a full 16 years after Return of the Jedi, this is what Star Wars fans were waiting for. This. I mean, it mixes two extremes. Like, it has these boring Senate debates with this crazy immature comedy with Jar Jar Binks and stuff. It's just a big mess. I mean, it does have a cool villain, Darth Maul, which they show for like 5 minutes. And then it introduces Ian McDiarmid's Chancellor Palpatine, played great by him. So it does have a couple positives, but overall is a failure. Coming in at number 8, we got Star Wars The Clone Wars, a 2008 animated Star Wars movie leading up to the TV show of the same name.
Soon the Jedi will not only be at war with you, Count, but the Hutt clan as well. They have nowhere to run.
Well, it surely is like no Star Wars film you've ever seen before, and holds the distinction of being the lowest rated Star Wars film on Rotten Tomatoes, with a whopping 18%, universally disliked. And it lacks all the character depth of the TV show which is great, that has become known for, and it was very forgettable in my opinion. Had some good action sequences, it's the same great voice actors that do the TV show, but it was just pretty silly. I mean, you heard some of those one-liners and just the little trailer clip above. I mean, just not a great movie. Now, at the number 7 spot, we got Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, in the middle of the prequel trilogy, which is definitely a mixed bag.
Like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like here. Here everything is soft and smooth.
That's one of the worst scenes in the movie. Here's one of the better ones.
This contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with the lightsaber.
You could see the stark contrast in those two scenes. The first one was awful and represents everything wrong with the movie, with the overuse of CGI, the poor chemistry and direction, the bad script and the acting, and while the second one shows the good stuff, had some great action sequences like the Battle of Geonosis, that lightsaber duel, the chase scene at the beginning, and some more. So there's negatives which are like negatives that also plagued the Phantom Menace, like politics and Jar Jar, but to a lesser extent in this movie. So overall, I would definitely call it an improvement on the Phantom Menace, but it's definitely mixed and not great. In 6th place, there's Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, the conclusion of the original trilogy, and in my opinion, the worst of that trilogy.
Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
Wow, that's just an awesome scene right there. One of my favorite from Star Wars. One of the many reasons I love Return of the Jedi. And you're probably wondering, how's in the number 6 spot then? That's pretty far back. Well, it just, the first 5 are that good. I mean, this is a big jump between Attack of the Clones and Return of the Jedi. The main thing holding it back is the Ewoks, making the Empire seem a lot less menacing. And then also, they barely use the full potential of Boba Fett by killing him off in the first 15 minutes. Then it goes from right from the rescue of Han Solo to the end threefold battle, which didn't really have a second act then. But the three-way battle's awesome with the battalion destroying the Death Star, and then also with the Endor battle, and then finally Luke and Darth Vader and Emperor, their exchange, I think it's brilliant and dramatic. It's awesome conclusion. At the number 5 spot, I got Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, coming out a full decade after Revenge of the Sith and beginning the sequel trilogy.
Chewie, we're home.
Wow, I was there opening night, and when that scene came on, this applause erupted from the audience. Really left goosebumps. And at first, when I saw it, I thought it was an amazing movie. Maybe the best Star Wars, but no. Now when I think about it, I'm just like, you know what? It was really similar to A New Hope. The storyline was very similar. The ending, like with the Star Killer base and Death Star, way too similar for me. You can see in the video right now, like some of the positives, but the main negatives was the similarity and the not as much originality. You know, they paid homage in a good way, but it became too similar. And then Kylo Ren's backstory wasn't explained well enough. But it left a lot of hope for the future of the franchise. And overall, it was really fun and a really good movie. No, this is not a typo. Coming in at number 4 is Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, the one that started it all, and the first one of the original trilogy.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Yes, I know. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, or just Star Wars, is untouchable. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's a great movie. I mean, it revolutionized special effects and movie making in general. George Lucas was a true visionary. He created all these characters, all these worlds, and it's brilliant, but he's not the best director. Like, for example, with Leia's weird British accent and Luke's whininess, like, the characters weren't perfected yet. I found the plot kind of simplistic, honestly, and it kind of had a tidied up and neat ending. So I'm definitely not saying this is a bad movie. It's great. It's just that these top 3, in my opinion, are more complex movies and are just better movies overall with deeper meanings and just more enriching endings. And number 3, I have Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the final and concluding chapter of the prequel trilogy, connecting it to the original trilogy.
Good. Kill him. Kill him now.
I shouldn't.
Do it.
That right there is the first of 5. That's right, 5 lightsaber battles in Revenge of the Sith. And I really love this movie. Once it was my favorite Star Wars film, but the thing is, even though it has so many pros, there's a lot of cons weighing it down. So, the 2 main ones are, again, Hayden Christensen's whiny acting. He's definitely better than the first 2, but still not great. And then the main thing is that this film takes place over the course of, I'm not sure exactly, but about a couple months, and he goes from an emo, like, just your average emo, to being the most evil man in the galaxy by slaughtering children. Yeah, that's kind of a little weird, but it has so many great moments in it. It's very emotionally riveting. It's a great lead up to the original trilogy with the conclusion of the film with Luke and Leia and stuff. And yes, it does have a lot of cons weighing it down, but overall it's a great movie and my favorite George Lucas Star Wars film. Coming in as my second favorite Star Wars film is Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, the middle film of the original trilogy, and most people's favorite Star Wars film.
With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. I'll never join you! If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.
Oh my god! Darth Vader is Luke's father? Yep, that's how I wish I felt when I saw that scene. But I saw it around 2010, and I already knew for a long time that Darth Vader was Luke's father. Which is kind of sucks. I bet I'd like it a lot more and appreciate the greatest reveal in movie history if I saw it when it came out. But, you know, what can I do about that? I was born like 2002. Anyway, this film is so much better than New Hope. George Lucas stepped away, has great writing, great direction. Just look at those visuals. They really grab you. Mark Hamill, he's not great, but he's much better than in A New Hope. So there's not much negatives, as you can see. And it has tons of positives. It's probably even more quotable and even more memorable than A New Hope. Somehow it did that. And it also set the trademark for Hollywood sequels. I mean, look at that dark and riveting ending. It's amazing, but the movie that I like better is Rogue One, a Star Wars story, the only standalone film of the Star Wars universe, and the most recent one, coming out less than a week ago.
We have hope. Rebellions are built on hope. They've no idea we're coming.
Take hold of this moment. The force is strong.
Yes, I know. I'm probably the only person online that has Rogue One, a Star Wars story as their favorite Star Wars film of all time. But I have a lot of reasons to back that up. First off, I love originality and really good endings, and especially my main thing with film is I love a good moral, and this really has one. You really feel emotionally connected to the characters. They're deep, multidimensional, they have rich backstories. I mean, the only real similarity was like K2 was kind of similar to C3PO, and then I guess the only major problem was I guess the middle act dragged on a little bit too long, but that's nitpicking, honestly. I mean, the direction was great, the writing was great, the cinematography was absolutely beautiful, especially the opening intro. Overall, I love this movie, and I mean, Star Wars is a great series, but I just have to put this as my #1 Star Wars film. So, some overall things that all the Star Wars do great includes John Williams' scores, which I didn't include in the previous slides because of this. Diverse character types, so that's just not like diversity, but like all different types of people, all the different planets, awesome special effects and visuals, like it invented the Force and lightsabers for crying out loud. Prepare to see another Star Wars film ranking next December when Episode 8 comes out. And you can check out my Marvel Cinematic Universe films rankings already. I'll be doing some more. Please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment your opinions on the Star Wars films. So, see you guys later.